Welcome to the DickeyDines Show.
God, it smells like Danny DeVito's underboob.
All right, Nick, what's up? The Mr. Nocturnal himself. Good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, dude, it's been a minute. Thanks for having me on the show to shit talk.
Of course, dude. How you been? How you been? How's life?
Life's good, man.
Yeah,
Life's
what's
good.
that? What was that
Different.
laugh for? What was that laugh for?
Nothing, man. Life's good.
Because he's on a euphoria high right now.
Sounds like life is really good.
Life's really good. Been listening to a lot of lo-fi recently, so like, yeah, that's why, man. A lot of lo-fi and
are clean vocals banished in your house now? Because
just
they are strongly frowned upon.
Do we need to get you some Clean Vocal Suck t-shirts?
Yeah, there you go. New Nocturnal merch. Clean vocals.
When is this coming out, guys? By the way, when is this coming out?
Okay, so I was gonna ask you. You've had a very positive life change in your life recently. Have you announced anything? Have you said anything publicly about this yet?
We shared like a photo together, and that's kind of it.
So yes,
Doesn't get more official than that.
I saw Paula. I saw Paula's Instagram with it was like at Nik Nocturnal heart. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't want to talk about this. Look at him. He's like, I don't know.
I am not.
The opener.
It's good. It's good. When is this coming out, Jared?
Okay, when do you need it to come out, Nick? It will come out whenever you're happy.
I don't know, man. I'm with Paula.
Okay, Nick. What?
Thanks to that's Paula Kosa, and that's thanks to Jared's show because that's where I met her.
Yes, the one time that you leave your house, you spend a week with a beautiful Brazilian woman. I just want to say you're a fucking
Did you
welcome.
write this down?
You're fucking welcome, Nick. No, sorry, I was just sorry.
Okay, I thought you wrote this as like a script down.
No, he was just cash apping Paula. This is a long running prank on you.
Oh fuck!
Musician Mansion Season 2 Challenge number 13.
We're sowing the seeds early.
No.
Yeah, that's Austin's extra fucking thing at the end. He's like, "Nah, dude, I really got Nick."
I got his ass, guys. Ruined his love life.
Dude, speaking of the mansion, I just spent like the last week just no-lifing the edit for day 3, and I think I finally have it finished. And bro, like, I am so excited to show you this at least this episode. The episode
day 3, the weird stuff.
That was the outdoor challenges.
The non-musical music challenge.
The weird shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, honestly, bro, I'm so happy with it, man. Like, for real. Like, if this came out like on Netflix, I'd be like, okay, this is legit. Like, it's like a TV show. It's so cool, and we're hoping to get the whole entire thing dropped by like November 1st, because I was a little bit optimistic with the editing time. What
do you mean? It's August.
Yeah.
Still August.
I originally said August 20th. That was a little far-fetched, but I think November 1st is much more realistic. It wasn't until I actually sat down and I looked at and I just started editing and I was looking at everything. It took me probably about 50 hours to edit episode 3. And so with dude, and I've never done anything that big in my life. Like, usually a YouTube video takes an hour, 2, maybe 3 if it's a bigger one, right? But man, Kevin's working on day 1. I got Bradley's brother working on day 4. I just finished day 3. I'm going to start day 5, and then Kevin's probably going to do day 2. And so we're going to shoot for November 1st. But dude, you should be excited, man. Like, you shine in quite a few moments here. It's some good content.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, especially the shower cam scene. You shine a lot on that one.
Dude, I spent extra time on that shit. Oh,
you're nocturnal because you're up jelking all night.
Oh yeah, dude, we're getting it done, bro. Now I'm up fucking fighting mosquitoes on the couch. That's what I was doing in that place.
Dude, yeah, that's
it was a battle.
I love the insane humbleness from you of to show up at the mansion, like arguably the biggest person. You're like, I'll sleep on the couch with no blanket.
Yeah, right, dude.
Just didn't even
for
ask
real.
for one.
You just chill with
No,
whatever.
Dude, well, okay, this is
good.
because I have to give the
fine.
backstory to this. Okay, so
Okay.
I was gonna room with Bana, and we had the room, and I was there on the bed, and me and Bana were gonna spoon, and we figured it out. He had his separate futon instead, and then Bradley slept in the fucking the child closet right there.
Yeah.
Instead. Yeah, and I was there the first night, little tipsy, and I was gonna sleep. I went to sleep early like an adult. Okay, y'all was up there partying and stuff. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm going to sleep. And I kept battling a mosquito. This fucking mosquito was right there, bro. And it was like, it was touching my nose. Like, it was that much of a dick. Like, it wasn't just the noise. So I got to the point after 20 minutes where I had to go upstairs because I need to find something to beat the fuck out of this mosquito. Okay, this was the thing. And then I come down, and then Jared mentions, hey, does anyone here have an extra bed? And again, the bed I had was like slightly bigger in the basement. I was like, I thought it was for 2 people. So I was like, fuck, man. Like, okay, like, yeah, here you go. And then so I was just like, just nomading, and I was like, I guess there's a couch, I'll figure it out tomorrow. And then I wake up to see fucking Dylan, the only singular person in the bed, and I was like, what the fuck?
You guys could have spooned.
Fine. It's fine. I could have spooned Bana, my problem. Anyways, and then I just kind of kept nomading, but it was a battle with a mosquito that got me out of that bed, and then I just nomaded for the rest of it. Was day 4 that I got a bed. That was it, and I was fine.
That's crazy. I remember too, because I went up to you and I was like, dude, why didn't you just come up to me and tell me you needed a plate, like a blanket or a pillow or a spot?
I didn't want to disturb, man. I don't know. I'm just Canadian as fuck. Okay, like I don't know how to say it. Like I was just like,
for your own good.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I was just, I needed a blanket. It was cold at night, but I was just fine listening to Joji dancing in the dark while I was going to sleep. That was it.
The Canadian kindness coming through. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
So, I was gonna say, I did write something down. There was a clip that I saw from a Twitch stream that you did where you were complaining about the fact that there wasn't enough to do at the Musician Mansion. Now, I will say most days were from noon to like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. 9 or 10 hours of shit to do. Now, with that being said, how many hours do you spend every day making content if 9 or 10 hours is not enough time for is not enough time? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught that 9 or 10. Yeah, well, it is. It's chill, but it's a lot of. I'm not used to chill. I'm used to dying the whole day.
Right. That's my question. How many hours a day do you put into making content?
Dude, I wake up at 10 and then I gym, or I wake up at 9 and then I gym at 10, and then I get ready to do shit by 11, and I go 11 till 5 nonstop, and then I stream 5 till 7:30, and then after that I eat, and then I go all the way until like 1 a.m.
Like editing
that's what
videos.
I used to do. Editing, filming videos, recording shit, doing admin sometimes takes an hour on its own. Yeah, that was my schedule before I changed my life for many reasons and different things after that.
Yeah, tell us about those many
Goddamn.
reasons and different things, Nick. We're dying to know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You're welcome for the content for the fucking show because of this too, by the way.
Oh,
Season 2 is gonna be great, bro.
This is the least that you owe me, motherfucker. I made this whole fucking thing happen, dude.
Oh no, I know you did. Thank you, and I know season 2 is gonna be fucking great too. You're welcome for that. We're good. Okay. Yeah.
Season 2 is hosted in Brazil at Paula's parents' house. Funny enough, I don't know if you've been told this or not.
Oh no. So
Yeah, man.
so Nick, your life has changed. Things are great.
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate on that? Obviously, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But
Well, there was a couple things. Well, there was like the I'll tell you the more regular side, which again, man, like I never took a break. I never took a vacation doing this. So like, even when you just hit me up, I just said yes because I was like, this is gonna be fun no matter what. I don't care. And it was like a week, and I was like, fuck, okay, like that's fine. You know, like it's worth it. Let's do a week. I'll figure it out because I never like taken time off of content.
sure.
And I didn't know how that kind of felt. And yeah, when I was there, man, it was just this crazy environment where funny enough, in the content house, felt like doing content the least, in the sense of just actually being present and with people around you that do the same shit as you, like good people with a really fun, again, concept and dope show. You guys killed it with what you guys were doing. It was fun just seeing you guys do your thing and seeing it all unfold. And dude, yeah, especially as soon as I saw, like, I think day 2 or 3, I was like, okay, this is going to be fucking crazy good content. Like, this is a fucking show. Like, this is some good shit right here.
Thank you.
This is not like just like a YouTuber come hangout sesh and everyone like stroke ego shit. This is like, no, like, this is fucking hilarious. Like, this is going to do really well. Yeah. And yeah, that's the thing. I was just very in the moment, and it was cool interacting with so many people. Most of them I've talked to before and known, and just getting drunk every day nonstop and staying up till 5 a.m. fighting mosquitoes. But yeah, when I came back,
Dude, I've
that
never
was
seen
one
a
of the
man
things
defeated by a mosquito as hard as you. Just kill
Dude, there was so many.
one
No,
mosquito. Oh,
there
now
was
there's
so
a bunch
many.
of them.
I thought it was just one.
You lost
Nick.
the 1v1. Now there's 10 mosquitoes.
He got third party, dude. Third party
I
by
didn't hear
mosquitoes.
Dylan complain once about mosquitoes.
Because he was in the bed with covers.
with
he was in the
mosquitoes.
bed with covers.
With
Yeah,
the bed you
fucking-
had and gave up because of
There
mosquitoes.
was.
I will say, for your name being Nik Nocturnal, you would go to sleep the first couple of days first. You fell asleep
The
first.
first couple days.
For
It
sure.
was for the bit. It was for the bit. Dude.
It was for
For the
bed,
bit.
yeah.
Then I was degenerate. I turned on degen mode. I was
He wanted
accepting
to trick
degen
us.
mode.
It's like, no, I go to bed
Yeah,
at
we
9.
we
All
ordered
the other times
vodka,
midnight.
which is what it was, and then he stayed awake a lot later.
Dude, I was watching
yeah.
Justin from Tala's little vlog that he sent to everybody. And, there was that part where you were super drunk, and every time you would get excited, you would start getting really Slavic, and you like noticed it. And you're like, "What is happening?" I'm like, "Dos vidania," and you're just like, "Wait, why did I say that?"
It all comes out.
Yeah. Well, it was a mixture of, dude, all that stuff. And yeah, first night I like wanted to go to sleep early, and I was like, fuck it, like, let's just like, you know,
Nick
like,
saw there was no Wi-Fi and was like, "I'm going to bed."
well,
No,
I'm out.
which by the way,
Yeah,
was crazy, and that's my fault because I booked this place, and I imagined like, who the hell does not have Wi-Fi in
Right.
2023?
Yeah.
And then we get there, and it's like there's absolutely no Wi-Fi, there's no AC, and we're just like in this huge mansion with no
air circulation.
There's nothing.
And also, not even just a mansion. We're in a mansion with 20 content creators. There's no internet connection. It's like crazy. Everyone was like, "I can't stream." What
Hey,
do I
listen,
do?
listen.
What do I do?
Listen, if it wasn't a little janky, it wouldn't be a DickeyDines production. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it wasn't a little rough.
Well, that's the thing, because even when I was there, I planned to stream like every day and stuff, and it was with first 5 minutes, my hopes and dreams were crushed in that
Right.
way, and I was just like, okay, well, I can't stream here anyways, so like I had some content that already was gonna get uploaded this week, so let's just fucking chill and see what happens, and like just make the show funny as fuck on my end, best as I can, like, why not?
Yeah.
And have some fun. So that's when it turned over from let's be responsible. I still woke up at 6 a.m. every morning to
You
go
did.
gym with Anthony and Ruth. Yeah, every morning.
No, yeah, you
'cause
did.
For me, it's-
Impressive.
It was impressive because I would see you awake like day 3, day 4. You'd be awake at like 2 a.m. I would have gone to bed at like
4.
I would have gone to bed at like 10 o'clock, woken up at like 2 or 3 to go and get some water, and you would still be awake, and then you would also be awake at 6. It's like I was like, when
That's
does
the
this?
part that's crazy. I would
Yeah.
be still drinking at 6 every day.
Right. So it's like he is nocturnal, but you got to get enough vodka in him.
It depends on what
to make him
hemisphere
not-
you're in that he's nocturnal.
yeah, no, it had to be enough alcohol to get me going. That, but I would say because it was just like we'd do our thing during the day. It would be super fun, and again, like, yo, go watch the fucking show. People watching, like, yeah, big true, and yeah, then it would be nighttime. I'd have too much vodka and have fun, and we'd be hardcore dancing. It was usually like the core kids in the back. It would be like me, Austin, Justin, and Paula,
Dude.
kind of in the backs, like the last people standing, and we would be just fucking hardcore day, listening to slam and shit. And it was so fun. And again, we'd go till like 4 a.m. or some shit.
Yeah. And then
it's like,
Damien
okay, time
would show up like 20 minutes left in the party and be like, "You guys want to put Harry Styles on?"
Dude.
I'm like, "Dude, we're about to go to sleep." And he's like, "It's fine. You can leave your phone down here."
It's fine.
Nick, the funniest fucking thing. We were sitting out back late, and we were listening to just like some crazy slam, like slime, sludge,
Some sort of S word,
crazy, like recorded on a potato type music.
Yeah.
It was, of course, Ray's playlist, because that's all he listens to. We were sitting there listening to this, and it's just literally like.
Yeah, the music is just as intelligible as the logo type
And
music.
Paula walks up, and it was just it's just straight like. And Paula walks up and she goes, "What is this?" And we're like,
best thing
and we're
ever.
like, and we had no idea. It's like, this is the sounds of an earthquake. I don't know. And then Ray told her, and she was like, "It touches my heart. You need to send me this." And we're like,
It's called Veneal Bat Fuck. And she's like, "That's awesome."
yeah, it
I
was
love
like,
that.
yeah, this is a band called like Sperm Swamp. Like,
She's like, "This
Yeah.
hell yeah."
Yeah.
Mansion was great.
so fun, so
was-
fun.
That was fun. Yeah.
Damn, we
Yeah,
did.
that's a thing.
We did content, and we we found love
Friends.
at Musician Mansion.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Jesus
Damien and
fucking-
I went hot and heavy and some homoerotic type shit. And
Yeah.
everyone would fall asleep and we'd shirtless arm wrestle. It was awesome.
Yeah. So to expand on some of that, one part was, being in this place with a bunch of really cool people and like just building relationships in that sense. And that was so cool, man. I never really had that. Again, even growing up in Toronto, I didn't really have like metal homies and shit. So it was cool just doing that, staying up and being idiots. And that kind of changed my perspective too on working and how much I work and grind and versus like living and being a human being. So that changed a lot of that. And then there was the other part of my life that kind of changed too. I mean, person there was Paula, and I got to know her. I never met her before in my whole life. I like knew she existed on Instagram, and that was kind of it. And she's just this fun, wild, like I've never met a human being like her. I don't know, like she just loves crazy tech death, but she's like the personality that is the opposite of someone you expect to listen to the most brutal music in the entire world, because she's like super sweet and she like sees animals and like wants to like just hug them and cry and like take care of them. Like it's very
And then you play a
Polar
breakdown
opposite.
and she goes,
like that. And it's like, what the fuck? So I would hang out with everybody at night and we'd all just get closer and closer. And then over time, me and Paula too, since we were the guitarists, we would just go jam a lot. And again, like super chill. We were just friends and all that. And then we would jam a lot. And we were like, oh, okay, we're close friends. She was in a relationship, I was in a relationship, and we don't do none of us
Right. And to be fair, I will back Nick up here. There was nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
I never saw anything. There was no hint of they were like literally he was a very respectable guy. Nothing happened at the mansion, and even people I talked to at the mansion, they were like, "Oh, really? Like that's crazy. Like we had no idea." So like,
other than that night, they both cut their own ribs and then touched blood. But other than that, it was pretty.
Yes.
normal.
Anyways, we would all hang out, and then we'd talk and all that stuff, and all of us would talk. I mean, Paula would talk, and then anyways, after the mansion, I went home, and so did Paula, and I had life changes in general because of wanting to change my life, and also with my relationship at the time. And me and Paula kept in touch, and she kind of lives with me.
so that this is an interesting thing because
Now.
this is an interesting thing because she's from Brazil and you're in Canada. I heard a rumor that potentially you guys are thinking of moving to Florida, America,
Yes.
but specifically
America.
Florida.
Dox his
Possibly,
address. Dox
specifically.
his address. Your home address
Possibly.
is.
Not trying to dox you. That's cool, man. I didn't know that you guys are already living together. That's awesome. That's really crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I guess when you know, you
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
right? Like,
Justin moved in with me right after, so I don't know. I think it's just that Greystone touch. I don't think any.
Dude, I will say,
Dude,
man.
that's the, like, it's.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
It's
go
like,
ahead.
yeah, like jam. It's crazy just jamming together all the time, and we're just the same kind of very weird, and that was like super. It's like it's like the same person, but we grew up in completely different parts of the world. Like it's Brazil and then like fucking Canada. Like it's completely different. So yeah, I don't know. It's just this really weird connection we kind of had, like bond as friends. So
how did it happen? So you guys leave the mansion, you go back home or whatever, and do your thing, and then suddenly you're together. How did that happen? I want the nitty gritty.
Oh, fuck, man. Okay. You really want content, Jared. You really want some good ass fucking.
Listen,
you want good content.
I am
here.
talking to my friend as I would talk to my friend if we were not filming anything. So
but we are filming, and it's on the internet,
so-
Jared.
Wait, we're filming?
No.
So just
No,
you don't have to answer.
It's
Just
chill. Yeah. No. It's like we both went back home and wanted different things in our lives we kind of had anyways, and then after those changes were made, then we would we would talk more, and we're like, oh, okay, so like, yeah, this is kind of fucking crazy. Like we're like very into each other, and like it's crazy the bond, because it's like, what the fuck, like we both are like very similar people from completely across the world.
sure.
And then we also can like play guitar, and we have the same job and stuff like that. It's just like, what? Like very coincidentally, like that's weird how that just happened, and met at a random fucking castle house without Wi-Fi. So yeah, and then we just were like, okay, like let's just do it. Let's just figure it out. And then we were like, okay, so we're not gonna do this long distance shit. Like, fuck that. So she was like, I guess I'm coming there. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Dude, I'm the same way, man. I can't. That's literally like with me and Hannah. It was the same thing. She's from Iceland. I was like, once I knew, I was like, I'm not doing the long distance thing. Like I will fly you here. I'll move you here. I'll pay for everything. Like, you're here. And then it was like, that's it. Because long distance, man, some people can do it. I am not one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people.
No.
Yeah. I gotta come clean. I paid both your girlfriends. It's eating me up.
This is a really long running prank, Austin.
I know it started as a gag, and I think you guys like each other now, and so now I'm a little worried. I think I've gone too far.
Yeah. Well, it's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy, and now it just is like, yeah, this is the person I'm with, and like we're crazy. It's fucking,
I mean,
it's
once
like, wow, that works.
Yeah.
It works way too well. Again, it's weird. Like when you're like, people are like, let's go out. Hey, honey, let's go out for a date to the movies or dinner. And we're like, yo, let's go write some slam riffs. That's our fucking date night. Like, what the fuck is that?
That's how you know
shit?
it's love, man.
You guys haven't slept since the mansion, just fucking writing dethcore riffs in the living
Staring
room.
deeply into each other's eyes, writing deathcore riffs just at 3 a.m.
Jared, you said the funniest shit. Something like, you guys can write your shitty MySpace deathcore riffs together now. I was fucking dying my ass off.
Okay, here's my question. Who's a better guitar player, you or Paula?
Nick's gonna be humble, but it's Nick.
No.
It's perfect timing.
Just roasting Paula.
I'm not roasting Paula. I'm complimenting Nick.
No. Like, her fucking, she
has an infected fingernail, right? That's what you're gonna say.
Dude, she plays with her finger. She plays with her finger.
I know that.
She does.
I've seen it.
That's like, no, listen.
I'm aware.
That's like the first thing that's like the first thing that I kind of realized, because she had flown here, and
Austin's done, dude.
No, you're done, dude. That response, yep. Can we talk about metalcore, not Paula, please?
No, listen. Nick always talks about metalcore. We want to talk about something that Nick doesn't always talk about. Okay,
we can talk about Sleep Token.
Okay, metal.
This is also not for content. This is also not for content. This is for me personally, because I was there And I saw this arc unfold over the course of like a month or two.
Right.
And so I'm just genuinely like excited for you and just like obviously poking fun, but still very excited for you and very curious on just how it went. And like, I want to go back to, you said something about you wanted to make life changes even before the mansion. What do you mean specifically by that?
He'd never seen a sunrise. He wanted to change that.
No, I didn't know I wanted to until I got there and then was there for the week. And like, it's weird because I just got drunk every day, and had fun and fucked around. But like that in itself, because I don't drink, like I'm not like a party dude.
Right.
Anyways, but like that was just such a different environment that I was like, I got home and I was like, let's get fucked up every day. No, I was just like, let's, it's like, let's, maybe I gotta chill with a little bit of how crazy I'm going, because I've done burnout so many times in my life, but I just go past it. Like I'm fucking stupid.
Content burnouts,
burn.
you mean? Like content burnouts?
Yeah, content burnouts. Yeah. And I just I just burn. Like I don't stop. I don't, I know normal human beings stop and make a video like, hey, I need a second. I just burn. I just keep going. Like I don't fucking stop through the burnout that is obvious is happening.
Right.
And it's so unhealthy. And after doing that for so long, and again having that space and like that, I basically like that whole thing like completely reset my mind. I did like a virus clean of my brain basically, and like reset everything how it works. Like it was very crazy how much that changed my life, not just because of the obvious the
Brazilian
Brazilian package, but
the Brazilian did you feel like once you got, was it being around a bunch of other people kind of made like changed your mood? Is that kind of what you're saying? Whereas like you get around a bunch of people and you have so much fun that when you go home you're like, man, like I could be having this kind of fun at home. Was it something like that, or was it something a little different?
It was that, and having so many people that get it, because like we have a weird fucking job, dude. Like,
For sure.
This is such a or even just metal musician in general. It's such a weird job, and it's blessed, but like it's really hard to find people to relate to talk with, to understand with, to have fun with. That's not. You're not always kind of worrying, like if they, sometimes we're like, hey, what do they want from you? Or like, even people that do similar things, sometimes you're like, okay, what do you want?
Like, for sure.
It's really, I know. I'm sure you guys have had to deal with that shit for a long fucking time too, right? Like it's so weird and hard to build just genuine friendships and relationships when you do this shit.
It's easy to have your walls
and it's
up in
hard.
this field.
Yeah. And like then making friends with like normal human beings is also hard, because they're like talking about normal things and you're like, yeah, so like I fucking put on a crab costume today and did a squat on the fucking, pavement and took an Instagram photo. Like it's really hard to just connect with people, I think.
Right.
So then when I had so many people that was like, oh wow, like, yeah, these are my people, right? Even it doesn't matter if I connected with people that didn't listen to crazy metal just as much as did, but like more people that do YouTube and understand this shit. And I was like, fuck, man, like wow, like this is different, and this is life, and understanding that just changed my perspective on a lot of things and how crazy I was going and psychotic and wanting to just do more things and go outside maybe. And again, that's why I like split it into two, because that was such a big change. And then there was also the change of, meeting Paula and that evolving in like the craziest way of like, we're just really close friends. And we felt also very, I think, safe with each other because we're both in relationships. So like, we're not worried about one person like being disrespectful to the other in that sense. And that's why we weren't, because it was like, we could just be comfortable with each other.
Right.
Like, okay. Yeah, I get that. When I'm single, I'm so rude to women.
Well, no, it kind of takes away. It kind of because they always say like men and women can't be friends if there's an attraction, right? But if you take that away of like, oh, we're in a relationship, like, or we're in separate relationships, then you become less of like guy girl and more just like person, and like you don't have that like looming like thing over, oh, is this person flirting with me, or are they hitting on me? Like you just don't care because you're already in a relationship, right? So
exactly,
in a way you can actually become closer to a person with that, because there's no weirdness, there's no like, what is this? Is he sending signals? Like, what's, you know what I mean? In a way, right?
Right.
Exactly.
When you chug, she sweeps. It's like natural. It just makes sense.
It would be the opposite. But no, yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, it was just so.
When I was there.
Yeah, she was. No, yeah, 100%. I was doing the fucking zeros, bro. But that's the thing. Like, it was just so comfortable and just chill because like I wasn't like worried about that. Like, and she was super respectful, and then I was obviously respectful. And I think I was like, oh, that's just nice. Like a cool friend that like we can hang with. Like, and again, I would hang with her as much as not as I hung with. We hung out together probably more because we would go jam. But same thing when we were in the back, it was usually like me, Austin, Justin, Damien, and Paula. We were just all being fucking idiots together, and that was just such a
being slam dogs,
crazy
baby.
Well, the one practice room, it was literally like a revolving door of people that would go in there. So it would be, you know, say you and Justin and Austin and Damien, and then Paula would go in, and then someone would come out. I would go in and play drums, and then I would come out, and then it was just like constantly
it was
people would be playing together.
Because there was like 3 practice rooms, so that was like our practice space.
Yeah,
and we'd play breakdowns for 6 hours, and someone would come in and we'd be like, oh, really?
yeah. We'd be like, oh, fucking here comes. Yeah, here comes Led Zeppelin on the guitar. Like, we gotta chill the fuck out.
Rage Against the Machine covers. I'm trying to play breakdowns.
Yeah. Get out of my practice room.
I'm trying to hear Inhale Andrew Baina.
Yeah.
Well, that too. It was like I had 2 things that was happening. Either I was going to be drinking, or I was going to go and play and jam. So I was like, okay, well,
both, dude. Me and Damien.
Dude, Damien's funny because Damien doesn't have like a social media presence, but he is like one of the fucking most entertaining people to watch. As far as just like the shit that he says and what he just genuinely does is like, you need to be in like a TV show, 100%.
I've never in my life seen somebody pull out in real time.
Yeah.
Before it, and Damien did that, and I still think about that.
Dude, yeah. Wait till the show comes out.
I would never have the balls to do that. It's so funny.
Dude, Damien's hilarious, man. Yeah. He's great. I love him so much.
He was. Thank you, Jared, for the team. I liked my team.
Well, here the thing is,
you blessed me, bro. I remember when you, because I was like, I did the math. I was like 4 vocalists, 3 teams. Who's got what's happening?
Right. So that
hold on now.
That was literally because I wanted to see Justin and Austin on the same team, and I knew if I was going to get the best that Justin and Austin together could deliver, I would need someone like you and metalheads to make that happen. Now, obviously the other teams, I didn't want to be unfair, so I didn't give Greystone like everything that was like, oh, you're set up for success. It was like, I want Justin, I want Austin, and Nick should be in there too, and I want to see that, like, just for me personally, you know what I mean? And you guys just, of course, were so fucking entertaining to watch and phenomenal, and it was just such a blast. It was interesting because there was obviously the 3 different teams, 3 different bands. They were so different. Like, you guys were very heavy. Yeah. You guys are very deathcore, very like just like aggressive, and you guys were so chaotic, and somehow, like, I remember when you guys were I don't care if I say this, but you guys were filming the video that for the second day, and it was like, okay, we have to be done in half an hour, and you're like, we just started filming, and everyone else is like, yeah, we've been done 2 hours ago, we're editing right now, and you're all just running chaotically around the house trying to like make this work. And I was like, there is some. And then you guys pulled it off, so it's like there's some type of chaos in this group that is just like, because I remember Damien was standing there, and we were out front, and Damien was like, hey guys, we should really start to focus, and I was thinking, when Damien says we need to focus, you guys are in trouble. Like,
which is also just the most infuriating thing to hear when I was like storyboarding and editing and shooting, and he's like, we really need to focus. I was like, I haven't done anything but focus for the past 10 hours, Damien. Fuck you.
Dude, I mean, it's so fun because of the group dynamic. It's so much chaos, and but it's like That's the thing. I wasn't like I was trying so hard to win, but I was also like I could give a shit if like I just want this to be the funniest fucking thing ever. Like let's just have fun. Like so I was like, even when like that day when I was like we're so fucked, I'm like okay, but this is gonna be the best. Like I got you, Jared. You know, like we're gonna have a fun fucking time here, and this is gonna be chaotic bullshit. You know, we're gonna make this fun, even if we're fucked. Same thing with the other day, which comes after that. Fucking holy shit! I was sitting there panicking the entire fucking time.
Really?
Hey man, shout out to you.
Oh wait,
I would have killed myself if you weren't on our team.
oh, not the day after. the day after that one.
Day
Oh,
four.
day
after
four.
that one.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the music video.
Dude,
So
my face was just I was in panic the entire time, and I was just trying to keep like the description. I was like everyone was doing their own thing, was carrying in his weird way. Austin was chilling for a second and figuring life out, and Damien was I think just high as fuck. And then Paula was trying to get like going to random people saying, help me, I need help. I'm from Brazil. I need to get back. And like I thought the cops were gonna come get us. So I'm just sitting there like figuring things out.
Paula walking up to homeless people and being like, can you guys tip us? And I was like, Paula, no, don't go, not them.
They want what you're asking, Paul. That's not
they were
how
about
this
to ask
works.
you that same thing.
Well, you know, and because to do again, I don't want to spoil anything that happens in that, but like in the sense of trying to get something, she was going up to people and trying to get something, and it was like, Paula, you don't understand. This is your. It looks like you're a prostitute right now. Like, and she doesn't understand the context.
She had a blue skirt on and so she's like, "Will you give me
that
money?"
too. And I'm like,
like
dude, so that's why like I'm trying to like, trying to like babysit that because I'm like this woman's gonna actually get kidnapped from this place somehow and like dragged and like stolen into a van. Justin's on his own fucking energy. Damien is I don't know what grass he found, okay, and then Austin's figuring it out too, and I'm fucking doing
every update of me is Austin was trying his best.
But
he was doing something.
Again, I wish I could. That day is I'm sure that's probably the best.
Dude,
if I had to assume the craziest content,
from
that was
viewing
the fucking wild.
Watching it is gonna be the best, but living it was a literal nightmare. There's nothing worse than your appointed cameraman putting it on his camera and going, "You guys are fucked. You guys are so fucked." And I was like, stop saying that, dude. I'm trying to keep it. I'm barely keeping it together right now. And Kevin was just in there like, I just heard from the other guys, you guys are fucked. I was like, why are you saying that? You're supposed to be on our team right now.
Just sabotaging the whole thing.
You guys are not.
Yeah, after that, I was, again, that's why I was like, yo, this is like going to be the funny, because I knew leaving that as chaotic as everything was, that entire being there, that's the best fucking content I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
just,
too,
like, it was
we
so
killed
fucking
it
crazy.
every other day. We were like crushing it. And then that day hit and we were like,
You know what is funny,
I mean,
though?
just how it starts. Yeah.
What's funny is that your team could have won every single day. You guys legitimately could have. Like, it was, you guys were so good every single challenge that it was like, it wasn't just the fact that you guys were like a heavy genre and I like heavy music. I like everything. It was like the way that you guys did every individual challenge, somehow you guys pulled it off. Like you guys just found a way to harness the chaos and make it happen. It was so crazy to watch.
Justin kept yelling every day. He'd be like, "Hey, even if we don't win, we won their hearts. That's all that's all that matters." I was like, honestly, that's true though. We're out here sweating.
It was just the craziest dynamic, and I loved every second of it. And that's why we would finish doing the challenges, and then we would all go jam together still, and just like write random bullshit and like have fun. And it was so cool. And then I'd jam with just Paula, and then we also get to know each other more and
stare into each other's eyes.
How was that that dynamic for you? Where I mean, you weren't appointed team captain, but you essentially became our team captain because Justin and I are fucking nightmares together. You'd be like, "Hey guys, you can't play Smash Bros. We're in a challenge right now." And we're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." And Nick would be like, "Can we get this together?"
I was just trying to. That's the thing. I was like, I'm there, so like I'm gonna fucking give it all. Like, let's just focus on what we're trying to do. And I knew, again, we have such a fun dynamic that I loved every bit. And Damien was just forced to deal with our metal shit, and I loved that too, because I know you put him in there as like the like lesser metal curveball, and just we were just like, you're playing metal with us, and he was like, do I have to? And we were like, yes, and then he just did it.
Yeah, he nailed it.
So the funny thing about Damien is that he was in a metal band for like 10 years. Like he's not like he was joking a lot about like I don't even play metal. He doesn't really anymore, but he knows
He's
the
so
life.
good.
Dude, he's played more metalcore or not metalcore. He like more hardcore deathcore basement shows than I think all of us combined. Like that dude would just tour in his band and play to 12 people every night for years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Like he lived that life.
I love it when people just lie to people for like fun. You know, and Damien was the king of that.
Yeah.
Of just he'd wear shorts and they'd be like, "What's wrong with your legs?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was in a fire when I was 6 and barely escaped." And they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry I asked." He's like, "I'm just kidding."
That's not real.
No, that was fake. He
That's
made that
actually.
up.
I thought
And
that
he
was
lied
legit.
about that for a joke, and he never came clean to anybody. Later, he told me he was like, "Oh yeah, this is like a circulatory issue I have. I was born with." I was like, "You weren't in a fire. I believed you, dude. I've known you for so long." Yeah, he's just lying all the time. It's very
Holy
funny.
Oh my fuck. Yeah, it was so wild, man. That's why like I had so much fucking fun with everybody
what a
there, and
treat.
I was like,
Yeah.
it was such an experience, and yeah, then coming back, I was like, holy fuck, I need to like meet some life changes, and though again, life changes were pretty intense and big, and I had to accept what I was doing was different, and I fucking went with it and did it, and yeah, man,
Intense
it's
and
been,
big,
like,
my boy. Come on, bring it in here.
So obviously we know about the life change with Paula.
Myself, it's fine.
We know about the life change with Paula. How have you made life changes in other aspects of your life, as far as like say making content or the things you do on your day-to-day basis?
Yeah, just like not panicking every second if a video's not going to be out on time, and being anxious and like trying to like go outside and like, hey, if a show's in town, like actually just fucking go and shut the fuck up and just go and have fun.
Yeah.
Like that kind of mentality of just do shit, have fun. And if like you got to miss a stream or something, like that's fine. Like no
Right.
one, like I'm so lucky that I have like a really chill community, surprisingly, and that they're like they don't give a fuck. Like they're
Right.
just like, dude, do whatever. So like,
I mean, metalheads
don't-
are so stoned they don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday anyways, so it's all good. You know, you have a great community for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man. So it's just been that, just doing that and dialing back a little on content, but I
Yeah.
still stream basically 5 days a week. I still do 3 long form videos and then 3 short form videos,
Which is
a
still
week, you
so
know.
much. That's so much because
fucked up.
it's just you, right? Like you don't have a team. Like it's just you.
It was just me for the until March or April. Then I got just an editor for only the long form YouTube.
Gotcha.
And that's it. Because I like that shit takes 5 hours. That's like I would stay up till like 5 a.m. and like,
Crazy.
just do it because like this has to come out tomorrow.
Does someone else run the clips channel? Or is that like a side?
Yeah,
thing
that's
you
its
have with
own
some-
thing completely. Yeah, Clips channel is one of my mods. Because like
That's
2
tight,
years
though.
ago, I was like,
That's really
"Okay,
cool.
we do a lot of dumb shit on Twitch. Like who wants the fucking free AdSense to just do it? I don't have time.
Yeah.
I should have asked for a percentage, but that's fine. And I was just like, who wants to just do it? And my homie was like, I'll just do it. I was like, could go. And he just did it. And it did great. A lot of those videos on that channel sometimes gets way more than my main. And again, it taught me a lot about like YouTube too, and how a subscriber number, no one gives a fuck. It doesn't super matter. It's all about, monthly views and consistency and hitting, key audiences and retention rate and all that stupid shit. Instead. So I'm glad I spent 10 years to get a fancy number that I can, show on the back of my wall. That's not even hung. I have stuff from Displate that they haven't been paying me for. Displate sponsor me again. Yeah.
Which, by the way, congratulations on hitting 1 million. That's super, super cool.
Oh yeah, for real, dude.
Very,
That's
very
nuts.
cool.
It was so close when we saw you last. That's awesome.
And you've been making
Thank you.
videos for like 10 years, 8 years. How long you been doing it?
8.
8 years.
I've been 2014.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't a lot.
About the same time I
2014,
started.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
When did you?
Yeah,
When did you ditch the water bottle?
What do you mean?
Just say it
Wait,
was.
what's the water bottle? I don't know the water
It's-
bottle.
It was like his YouTube you know that little like watermark that they put on that was it was like a water bottle for the longest time because his old when he would do the covers and learn them in 10 minutes. The same day a song was uploaded, there was always a water bottle like on the table, and so I think it became a meme in his channel. But yeah, just one day it just I stopped seeing that bottle. It's like what's up? You still staying hydrated or what? I was worried.
Dude, it was wild because I would have CP20 like and for people from Toronto know like the news on, and I would have a water bottle, and it was just that's what was on my desk. And I would just hit film. I didn't really care. Like I didn't spruce anything up or make it look good. It was just like, just fucking hit the button and go. I would look like an absolute jackass. And that's how I would go about it for many years. I still do.
Same.
So we just do it. And I would have people be like, yo, why are you like always doing stocks, bro? Because at the bottom of the news, like on some places it shows like the stock stuff. And my camera would cut off only at the stock, so people thought I was like this crazy fucking stockbroker when I was doing that the whole time, like just like
promote stocks.
Yeah, like just like watching stocks all day and fucking waiting for Dogecoin to go up while I was doing metal covers. But I would just have the fucking news on, water bottle, and that was it. I did just covers for 4 fucking years. Jesus
That's a long time, and you were on it. You know, the second a song came out, an hour later, you had a fucking cover, which is crazy. That's crazy. I couldn't do that. Like, I've done a video a day for like a few months span at a time, but like learning other people's songs, I could not do that. That's a whole nother gift. Like when I had to go and play for Trivium, learning their songs took me. It was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like I don't know why, but just something in my brain that's like I can create stuff, but if I have to learn something someone else does, I don't know why. I can't do it. But you were so good at doing that to the point where it became like a meme. It was like, oh yeah, Nick, you know, half an hour later, here's how you play the song, you know. But it's a meme and it's funny, but it's also like it's a testament to your ability as a musician because you have just that brain that you can hear something and you're like, oh yeah, he's just doing this. Like you're so like practiced. Whether it's practiced or just naturally gifted, I'm assuming a little bit of both, but you can do that very easily, and you did that for many years, which is
impressive.
Very impressive, which has then led you into doing obviously other types of things, which like, oh, I don't really want to do covers that much anymore. Now I'm going to do this, but because of this, it got you to this point. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit like stepping stones up to, you know, a level that you want to maintain for a long time. You know.
Exactly. It's been such a weird trajectory because it was only covers, and I loved doing that for a long time. But like song would come out, and I was like a slave to the fucking song. You know, like it was just that like our Architects dropped. Like let's go.
Right.
Like let's fucking do it. I gotta do it. I have to drop everything, even if I'm doing something important. Like, and it was like holy shit. Like that's like not like fun. Like it's
true.
Right. You just do the thing, and
it has translated into an insane skill for you though, where you can just like you guys want to do like a Slipknot riff, and then you just would create one on the spot, or like you guys feeling like what like 2000 metalcore, and you would just create a riff on the spot.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I knew when I was doing this stuff. I'm not a crazy guitarist. I wasn't like really crazy at anything. I was just like I could do a lot of different shit, and I really liked songwriting and understanding music. So I would learn songs just by myself to help understand music, to write music, like to write my own shit. So it was cool. I was like, okay, let's just do it for content, and that's when the cover started. And I did that for so long, and then I was like, okay, maybe I should speak a word or talk or try new things, because this is not like sustainable.
Right.
And I was seeing a lot of people do cool shit, obviously, like Jared, Rob, Stevie, and oh God, who was around that time? Fuck, man.
331 E-Rock.
K-Mac wasn't even.
Remember E-Rock?
Yeah, yeah, E-Rock.
He was doing covers mostly,
man.
But I think he still is.
Right. So, and Cole was doing covers mainly, but he would recreate everything, which was cool, and like do dubstep versions and shit.
Well,
but yeah, I was just like, fuck, I gotta do something different. And so I expanded into maybe skit meme shit, and that was really funny, and people seemed to like it. And then that grew into more songwriting, weird tide thing, where I could like make a riff in a second, and then I would do the series called Heaviest Riff, probably one of my most successful, just because it's just here. You want to search fucking drop C riffs? So here you go. Here's the coolest ones. And by doing that, I learned a lot. By just doing the series, I learned so much shit about riffs and different genres. And then I could expand more into understanding genres as a whole and understanding the jokes within them and understanding how to, you know, be like, oh, you want to write a song like this band? Okay, well, you know, I'll say it in funny, stupid, you know, Mimi crab man ways of like, well, you need jaunty things and bendy boos. But like analytically, I understand kind of how they're doing what they're doing. So I can extrapolate that and take the essence and kind of recreate it. And that's what like all of that has accumulated towards, especially to like stuff I do nowadays more so, is like understanding sounds that people want, that I want as a fan of metal, and being able to combine that with songwriting, but also analyzing and doing stupid reaction shit. And just basically my channel now is, I just say it, we do fun metal shit. That's right. That's basically the best way to describe it. Yeah, it's been a weird fucking journey, dude.
Well, I think that you said you're not a crazy guitarist. I think you're kind of selling yourself short a little bit, because I think your strength lies in more than just your ability to play guitar. It's your ability to write songs, because you could have a guitar player who is an amazing guitar player. They can't write worth shit. That happens all the time. You know, you have someone who can shred and they can play all kinds of crazy stuff, and you say, well, write something. I have no idea. And I've seen you do streams where you will literally write a song in, you know, like 2 hours, and it will be, and the thing is like, I could write a song in 2 hours, but it's not going to be on a level of like a song that I personally feel. And obviously I'm going to be a little bit like biased here, because like I hate all my own shit, but like the stuff that you put out is like, the stuff you write in like 2 hours is like crazy good. And that's so little time, considering some bands take a year to write an album. And you just write, and you've written probably like 10 songs in the last 2 months. And it's like, that's an album's worth of music. And then I listen to these songs, and they're so drastically different. I mean, a lot of times you are like going off of a band's sound, right? Like, oh, how to, you know, trying to sound like Avenged Sevenfold or whoever. But you're working with all these other artists, but you're providing these tracks to people in just fucking no time. And I think that that is something that like, that's like a top 0.001% type of thing. So, I mean, you say you're not a crazy guitar player, but like from doing this for like 15 years and then watching you get to where you're at now, like from somebody else to you, I think you're like incredibly talented in ways that aren't just playing a guitar. It's understanding what sounds good, what is going to get you the location you're trying to get to, which I think a lot of people don't have that in their head. And I think that's the one thing that you're probably like the best at, is envisioning something and then getting it to completion in like an insane amount of time, like so fast. And especially in nowadays where it's like, everyone's just like now, more content, 100,000 songs, 10,000 Twitch streams, and 8,500 fucking reaction videos. And it's like, holy shit, dude, I'm trying, but like you're keeping up with it. And I just think it's really impressive. And I, you know, just honestly, like, I think that's really, really cool. So, you know, don't sell yourself short, man. Like, I think you're killing it. You know, you're definitely killing it. And it's really cool to see. It's really cool to see. And yeah, hanging out like the mansion and with everybody, it was, you know, it was interesting, like meeting you in person. Because I think that was the first time we've ever actually like really met in person, or like at least hung out, you know? So it's kind of like cool to see how your brain works and how you go about, you know, making things happen and stuff like that. And yeah, like when I watch you on Twitch streams, there's really no difference than when I watch you trying to do something in person, where you're just like, there's no cameras really on you, but you're just sitting there like, okay, blah, 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 just playing your riffs, you're writing your songs, and then you just have something figured out. And it's like, oh, this is just him. Like, this isn't just like something that he like, you know, has tapped into. It's like, this is just who he is. So I don't know. I'm rambling, but I think it's cool. Like, don't sell yourself short.
Thank you, bro.
'Cause I think I really do think you're like doing some cool shit for sure.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that's I appreciate that, and that means a lot. Like, it's been cool just fucking around, and you know, because I love all this shit. So like, if I want to hear an Avenged Sevenfold song in the style of Waking the Fucking Fallen, like that's something when I was like a teenager I would like try to fuck around with and do, and take all the elements of that stuff and be like, okay, like let's do this, because I'd be a selfish bitch and just want it for myself. Yeah. I'd just be like, I want to hear this, dude, because I think it's cool and I want more music like that. You know?
I 100% have always been the same way. Like even in making my like all my own content, it was literally, does this exist? Answer, no. Right. Well, then I will make it. It was always that. Like we had Stevie on here talking and stuff like that, and he was talking about, you know, like analytics and how like researching, and even Finn McKinty and I have talked about this of, you know, knowing like, oh, this will be a good video, so I will do this. And I was like, I've never thought of it that way. I have never thought of it as, will this do well? Okay, I'll do it. It was always like, do I want to do this? Does it exist? Will I have fun? Even if the video flops, will it have been a great experience? Yes, I will do it. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it has to be fun. 100%. After doing it for so long, it has to be fucking fun. And there's no way just to do it for the fucking fancy ego boost numbers like nowadays. Like, fuck no, it doesn't do shit. Well, I gotta give you mad credit too, man, because seeing you do all that shit back in the day, I was like, damn, homie's killing it. And you would do nonstop. You would try the new series, and then everyone else would copy paste you, which was the funniest thing to fucking watch. Because I know you humble as fuck, and you probably won't say it. But like, bro, I'm seeing that. I'm like, yeah, everyone's basically like, oh damn, styles of all this shit. I wonder where that's coming, or like Guitar Store stuff and all that shit. Which, you know, it's so funny, like seeing how that's evolved, and still nowadays, like there's a lot of content creators that are like it'll be in the form of shorts now. You'll probably see, instead of 10 styles, some kid doing 3 styles of metal, and they'll get like 5 million views on TikTok. Yeah. And people will be like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. Like this new concept. And then it's like, yep, this new concept in 2023. 100%, man. 100%. It's just fun, man. Like that's the thing is no matter what, I just want to, like, even the mansion stuff, if the whole series is a flop, then at least I would want to have had a great week. Like when everyone was showing up, it was like, it was in my head that I was like, okay, so like we have to do this content, we're doing this show, but I want everyone going there to just have an amazing week no matter what. So we need to format it in a way that's like, it's not super hectic, it's not super like stressful. I don't have everyone just doing 1,000 things 20 hours a day. And I want people to just feel like they're having a great experience outside of it. And that's always how I've looked at the content, is like, is this something I'm going to have fun with? So if I invite 3 or 4 of my friends over, we hang out and we do this thing, is that fun? Yes, let's do it. Because otherwise, what am I going to do? Is just sit at home with my thumb up my ass, like playing Diablo 4, you know what I mean? So it's like you do one or the other. Yeah.
It's a good way to come.
Yeah. All right, Nick, well, we've had you for about an hour. I don't want to keep you too long. I do have...
That's going to be the last thing I say. That's my exclamation mark on this.
Well, and I got to give you credit too, Jared. Fucking seeing you like take this huge like concept and like do it, execute it, and seeing you there too, like going through it and being super chill, just being like, yeah, no problem, guys. Like no one, literally, you made it so no one had to worry about shit.
Yeah, the professionalism, and you just got shit. Crazy.
It was insane, dude. And seeing you do that and take on all that like shit from people and responsibility, like I have no idea how much work and all that stuff takes to put in, but if I had to assume like a fifth of that, I would go fucking crazy if that was me doing what you had to do and that you were just doing, and fucking keeping calm, chill, organizing a bunch of fucking kids basically in Big Playhouse, you know, to get shit done, and camera and you and Angel and doing your stuff. Like it's just so cool seeing how that happened. It came together. Shit, it was hilarious. The content was fucking ace. And I could tell too when you were there. I know you said it too. You were like, yeah, even if however this show does, I just want everyone to have a good time. And I was like, what a fucking gangster. What a good dude right there, man. Like he just like, that's a homie right there, bro. And I got to congratulate you on that, because that show was fucking amazing. And
well, thank you, man.
I'm biased because of what happened after. That was fucking crazy experience. And Austin, chill the fuck out, bro. You know, like, damn, fucking big congrats on that, man. And I really hope this show like gets in front of the people it should, because like it's fucking ace, man. And the idea is incredible. I hope so too, man. If we do season 2, we'll have the wedding during season 2, Musician Mansion. Nick and Paula, deathcore wedding. What do you think?
The Nick Sunlight EP.
I was going to ask you one more question before you go, Nick. You had mentioned a while ago about doing songs or an EP or a record with Phil Labonte from All That Remains. Will we ever see that? Because I genuinely want to see it. I have been wanting to hear this shit for so long.
Okay, well, just you've worked with vocalists before, right?
I have.
All right,
Yeah.
enough answered.
Yeah, I have.
Some of them just aren't gonna get you stuff on time. Isn't that right, Nick?
Bro, I vote like yeah, man. Like it's going. We've had one of the songs done for 2 years. Like it's there, it's tracked, it's mixed multiple times. We're just like. It was gonna be a whole like album with Phil, and then he got busy with like other stuff in ATR and politics and all that, and so I'm like, and like that's great. I'm like he's super chill and like nice, and
he's a great guy. Great guy. Love that guy. He loves me too, so I have to love him back,
Invite him to season 2 so that Nick is forced to do the EP with him.
Let's go. Let's go.
Like, and so like I think it's going to turn now into basically a concept. I have all these like 2000s metalcore like worship songs, and I'm just going to try to find every vocalist from that era, and just be like, here, like fucking how much fucking do you want to do the thing here?
Cool.
And kind of make it this more variety 2000s worship album, like the Kill Switch type song, the As I Dying type song, Without Going to Person, the Bullet song, the Under Oath type song, like shit like that.
I was gonna say I know an undercover cop personally if you need me to get in contact with too.
All right, Nick, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We really do appreciate it. Nick, is there anything you got coming up or anything you want to shout out on the podcast before we go?
Fucking go watch the show. It's fucking awesome, and I'm panicking half the time. And yeah, like have fun. Watch. Literally, guys. Like when that fucking day when we stopped playing, and I took 5 seconds to see what Austin and Justin were still doing when we were up there. That was the funniest moment I had in 10 years. Was laughing that hard. It was that fucking funny. Like seeing what the fuck unfolded here. Go watch the fucking.
I can't wait for people to watch it too, because you keep saying like you were freaking out and stressing out. Great poker face. So, like,
really?
Yeah.
I was panicking the entire time.
Gotta be, dude. To be completely honest, a lot of those times I thought you were just kidding for like morale. So I thought you were just like, no, yeah, we're fucked guys. And I was like, all right, Nick, that's pretty funny. Let's keep going. But that was you giving up hope, and it motivated me. I thought you were being ironic. That's pretty funny to find out now.
Hell yeah.
That was true fear of nothing's happening, and we're kind of fucked because Justin's fucking dancing in the fucking backyard with no shoes ever for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Austin's disassociated at this point.
Yeah.
Fucking I'm trying to translate things to Paula and like in Portuguese or whatever to make it work with the riffs and stuff. And then Damien's probably high as fuck, and I'm lost. I don't know where he is. So like yeah, that's where like
our drunkard Damien.
That's so funny.
I could explain things to Paula the easiest, ironically, I think, out of our whole band.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I can't wait for it. Well, I don't know. It should be out soon. It depends when this podcast comes out. But yes, the Mansion show. It's
when is this coming out? When's this coming out?
I mean, it depends when you need it to, man. We were probably gonna post it in like a couple weeks, but
you were so
you
were such a stressful person. You've made 3 comments. When's this coming out? No, it doesn't matter. Just when is it coming out? I don't care. Just give us a date, Nick. Just tell us why are you being so weird about it? I don't care. But seriously though, what's my timeline looking like? It could be tomorrow.
Holy shit! I have to notify a few people of certain things before this could come out. All right, Nick, I love you, bro.
I have to notify my accountant first. Sorry. Yeah.
I love you, bro. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope you have a good rest of your evening, my guy. Take care.
You too, guys.
Peace out.
Good night. See you guys.
Later, bro.
Thanks for your time,
Bye,
dude.
guys.
Yes, thank you. All right, Nick, thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. Now, we are going to head into the after show.
After.
Roll it, Kevin.
It's time for the after show.
All right, welcome to the after show, everybody. This is where we interact with our patrons and we answer their questions and read their comments. If you would like to be part of our podcast after shows, you can join us on Patreon and ask us questions, leave us comments, and we will interact with them live on the podcast. Crazy, right? All right, so this one comes from someone named Jake Fear Itself AR, and he says, this is for you, Austin.
Hey.
He says, I wanted to tell you about a song that I think you would like based on your style. Have you ever heard of Exit Wounds? Mm-hmm. They have a song called Heaven is Empty. I think you'd find it pretty poppin'. If you get a chance, let me know what you think of it. No kidding, it reminds me of For the Likes of You, especially his vocal style.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I'll peep that song and let you know. I know that band though. Exit Wounds is tight. Dude, that's sick. For reminds you of For the Likes of You. That's pretty obscure. That's awesome. I would love to check it out.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that.
Next comes from Troy RJ, and he says, "What's going on, you silly skunks? Hello from Australia."
What up?
What up, Australia? So never ever done something like this. Patreon/message a creator that I like.
Thank you.
So he's popping his cherry.
Okay, thank you.
He says, been watching you guys for years now. No joke. Watched every episode at least 2 to 3 times. I like to use old episodes for background sound.
Hell yeah.
And I gotta say, you guys are fucking fantastic. I respect the hustle, and I'm glad I can support the DickeyDines crew. Your boy here went for the exclusive tier. Cheers, guys.
Yo, thank you.
Troy. Yes, thank you so much, Troy. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for watching. I feel like we've been talking about that a lot recently about how cool it is to hear people comment that they like use our videos for playlists to like fall asleep or background noise or something. Like that's so awesome. I do that with channels that I really like, so it's cool to think that other people do that for our content as well. It's a very great feeling.
It's awesome. Logan Moon says, thank you guys for the content. Been rewatching all your old vids for like the 3rd time. Been a fan for years. All the positive vibes and blessings to you guys. Peace and love from Texas.
Oh, thank you,
one of the cool things I love.
Just nice.
One of the cool things I love about this is when everyone says like peace from Australia,
please,
or
let you know.
Peace from Guatemala, or much love from Texas or whatever. It's like, wow, it's crazy to think that there's someone like literally across the country or the world who's watching us.
Yeah, fucks with us enough to subscribe on Patreon. It's incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Tough Dudes Tony says, hey, super excited the Patreon is up and functioning again. Love your guys' videos. I would like to ask, are there any tips or tricks for writing modern metalcore, structure, riffs, etc.? I've been trying to present my bandmates with demos, but everything that I write comes out sounding like 2004. Same. Tony.
Also, honestly though, I feel like there's a market for that because we're in like a resurgence period where people are vocally very tired of metalcore, and I think bringing old school sounds with a modern edge is a big thing right now. Like Dying Wish is doing really well, and their riffs are the most 2007 shit you could imagine, but it's got like good production, and they have like a new style vocally, and I feel like it has like this nostalgia, but it's different enough from the modern stuff. And if you never grew up with the old stuff, then it does feel fresh and new.
Right.
So I feel like there is something to like revitalizing the early 2000s metalcore in the 2020s. It's 20 years later. Like there's some innovation to be done with those.
And there's a whole new generation who probably hasn't listened to, because I don't listen to things that come out really in like the 30s or the 40s or 50s. Right. Really. Mm-hmm. Like I'll hear them, obviously they're still around, but I only really started listening to music in like the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. Much before that, I don't go back. So it's like 20, 30, 40 years later, it's like, this
there's
stuff.
There's some gold to be discovered.
There's some gold. Yeah, exactly.
And inspired by.
You see it all the time when like Stranger Things, perfect example, with the Running Up the Hill song. Yeah. I never heard that song. Yeah, and then it came out like fucking years and years and years ago. But, it still is a great song that can be listened to by many,
absolutely today. Yeah, dude, so many movies and shows I grew up with. I would never have found that type of cool classic song if I didn't see that. So yeah, sometimes you could be the band to be like, I didn't even know I liked this type of metalcore, you know?
Yeah. One thing I would say too, though, like you're saying, you know, all my stuff sounds like 2004. I'm assuming is like you don't want it to sound like that. A really, really good, helpful thing that I did to kind of expand my songwriting is to work with other people and see what they do, and not obviously don't copy their riffs or like their style or whatever, but like see what they exactly, and then they'll put like a thought into your head of like, oh well, what about this, and you're like, I never even thought about that stuff before, and then you work with more and more people and you start to actually add these little elements into your songwriting, and then a year down the road, 2 years down the road, you now have all these new different ideas and elements that you want to introduce into your songs that will take it from where you're at and, you know, elevate it. I always think writing with people is just such a good idea.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. There's a ego to be swallowed sometimes in music with, you're like, I want to write the art that's truest to me, but sometimes having somebody there with you can like bring out an even truer you. You're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That actually is much cooler, 100%. Much more digestible.
I mean, dude, just me personally, like the more I work with other producers and songwriters, the more I learn, and the better my songs come out to be.
Don't get me wrong, I love tracking by myself and getting weird and shit, but yeah, working with producers really changed my outlook on like digestibility and what the listener wants to listen to, or like, oh, I didn't like, you know, little things about me as a musician I didn't know I did, or like I fell into because I was comfortable, you know, like certain flows or styles or something. And it took working with a producer to be like, hey, what if you tried, you know, elongating these instead of doing like fast and stuff? And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. And now it makes me rethink all of my choices of like, oh my God, I could do way more things that I didn't think about that. Yeah, having another person in the studio goes a long fucking way.
100%. This one comes from FDDNM, and he says, which expired memes still stick with you to this day?
Dat Boy.
Dat Boy?
Dat Boy.
Really?
Because it is one of the best flash pan. It's like the truest art of a meme where it showed up. It did not explain itself. It had no context. And then it just went away. It wasn't here for years getting beaten to the ground because most people didn't even understand it. And that was like the beauty of it. Oh shit, here come Dat Boy. Like, what are you even talking about? It's the strangest thing. It's just a frog on a unicycle. And I don't know, it's like the best like shit post.
Yeah.
Like I love just seeing people write like really serious posts and there'd just be like a unicycle frog in the comments. It's so funny. It was so good. It didn't need explanation as to why it was funny. And when people were confused, it made it more funny because I'm like, why do you care so much about it? It's just a fucking look, here he comes. Yeah. Like it's nothing. And it was the perfect. I fucking loved Dat Boy.
Hell yeah.
What about you?
I would have to. I don't know, man. I always thought some of the SpongeGar ones.
Oh, those were good.
That I saw.
And it sucks too because the Mr.
really
Krabs
funny.
one took it over pretty quick, and they were like the same thing. But I love the face of the SpongeGar one.
Dude, I just saw some really funny ones of the SpongeGar, and that still sticks with me to this day. 100%. Bring back Dat Boy.
Yes. I'm about to get a Dat Boy tattoo, honestly.
Tristan Schulthus says, "What other career options did you have if music did not work out?"
It's a fun one. Probably concrete and landscaping. I would have. Okay. I would have been.
You were doing that when we started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of had like a teeter moment there where I was like, I could either full commit to this or like, you know, explore what this YouTube thing could be, because it was like way more fun and it gave me a chance to be musical and creative for, you know, potentially work someday, or I could, you know, have no back vertebrae by the time I'm 35. So it's one of those teeter moments of like, I don't know if I'm trying to dig ditches for another 5 years so I can earn my right to make money. Sure. But it's a grind. I probably would have been a landscaper or something, honestly.
Yeah. I wanted to be a firefighter at one point.
Respect.
My grandfather was a firefighter for like 40 years. And I thought it was kind of cool. And I was really into like fitness back then and like personal training and anatomy. And I just thought that would be kind of cool. That was kind of a few years, 3 or 4 years before the YouTube stuff kind of took off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I went through so many phases as a kid. I was like, at one point, I wanted to be a baseball player more than anything. When I was younger, I was like a baseball player. I want to be either first baseman or center field. I always thought those were like really, really cool positions. And then I kind of grew out of that, and I got into martial arts, and I thought, you know, I want to be Bruce Lee.
Dude, I
what
had that
I mean?
stint too, dude.
I'd collect nunchucks, and I would collect
Like,
throwing
bro,
stars.
I think I'm gonna enter the UFC when I'm 25.
Yeah. I got really into it. I did Taekwondo for years. I got my black belt and did tournaments, sparring tournaments, got gold medals, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. But then as I grew up, I just kind of fell out of it. And then skateboarding. Skateboarding was another one.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
I just don't like broken bones.
Right, yeah.
So once I grabbed a
hit too
guitar,
hard a couple times, you're like, wait, this is way safer.
yeah, once I grabbed a guitar, I was like, oh, I can't get hurt playing guitar.
Yeah, I just get calloused fingers.
I can still be cool with the guitar, you know.
That's
and way more safe. So
yeah, I wanted to be a professional hacky sack player when I was in.
You were pretty good.
I was really good.
Yeah, you were pretty good.
I mean, it's a pretty niche thing. So, but I was like, yeah, every school I went to, I was the guy. I was the hacky sack guy, and
yeah,
it was a big part of my fucking. I just loved it. I'm still really good at it. But yeah, there was like European teams that did it competitively, and I was like, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
It's like the most niche
That's
thing
so
ever.
fun. It's like those guys who throw darts.
Yeah, we're just like
dart tournaments.
Yeah, how do you tell your parents you want to be the dart guy? Or
Yeah, you want to be the hacky sack guy?
Yeah, you want to. I'm sorry, you want to go to Europe to play footbag?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
This next one comes from Tiffany Hoffman, and she says, "What is your thoughts about music today? The state of music as it is today."
It's an interesting question.
Yeah. I guess you could kind of relate it to like music of the past.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a double-edged sword. You know, we have the most amount of options we've ever had. Like, I love so many different cultures of music and different genres and like weird genres too that we would not have gotten back then because those people would have been like lynched or something. You know, so we have like such a good pool of stuff to select. Like, I'm never bored with music. That's the thing.
Sure.
Like, when I talk to people and they're like, "I'm a little tired of metal," I'm like, "Well, listen to not metal."
If you
like,
can imagine it probably exists. Like one of my favorite things to do is if I'm like, okay, I don't have a song in mind, but I want to hear RPG, dungeon, synth, battle royale, gaming music. I type that into Spotify and there's a playlist for it. Like, if you can imagine a specific mood or sound that you're going for, you can instantly be listening to it, which is insane because I used to have to wait once a week as a kid. This is a boomer moment. I'd have to wait to go to the library because the library went once a week with my mom, and I would get music CDs, and they had a CD like a rock section, blues, jazz. That's where I listened to Eric Clapton. That's where I found Disturbed and Papa Roach and Creedence Clearwater Revival and Van Halen, like all these artists. I'd have to wait once a week to go to get, I think it was a limit of like 5 or 6 you could check out at once. Right. You couldn't check out as much as you want. So I'd go home and I would just wear those CDs out. And then next week I would have to go and find, okay, I want to listen to Rush. What is, what is this? What is Godsmack? Okay, I'll try that out. Picking out all these things. And like now it's like literally, oh, what was that one song? And then it's playing on your Bluetooth speaker and you're just like, yeah.
Yeah,
bro,
I think it's
hold on, I'm not done yet.
Okay, go ahead.
I also, when I was really young, I had to hook up a boombox and put a microphone in front of it and record the radio onto like a Sony fucking Walkman that I would then sit there and listen to back, and it would sound like shit.
But you'd love it.
But I would just be like listening to the song like,
now
this
I have
is
this
so
song
sick.
at all times.
Like the fact that you can do that now is insane. Like the state of like streaming services and like how the music industry works nowadays may not be perfect, but the fact that any song you can think of instantly can be in your ears is something I think everyone takes for granted. It's like so crazy to be able to do that. Right.
Yeah, exactly. That was basically what I was going to capitalize on that with is to tie it back into that is the downside of modern metal or modern music is usually that there's an excess. There's so much and it creates a pool for like bad things to happen. But a lot of times, I mean, that's just like the algorithm feeding you those things. And there's so like, there's an infinite number of things that you can find that are great, but we're so used to it just like what's on my phone, you know, because
Right.
we didn't have that. You gotta, if you really like a song, you better hope you catch it on the radio and record it so that you can listen to it again, because otherwise you have to wait a week. Like,
or you have to play the radio constantly in your house
and hope that it comes back
and hope
on.
these songs come back on.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that was the worst feeling. You hear a song on the radio and you're like, I'll just never know what I missed the introduction of the song. I'm just never gonna know what that song was.
The whole time it's some DJ going, whoa, 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 welcome to...
You're like, I gotta turn the car off, dude. What is it?
And it's like this intro's playing. It's my favorite part.
Dude, it took me forever to find Static X, because they had a song on the radio that it was Destroyer. I was like, what is this? This is so sick. I could not figure out who it was, and it took me forever. I think I was just listening to CDs, like sampling CDs at FYE, and that song came on. I was like, oh fuck, I found it. Which just wouldn't be a problem. You can just type that in. Yeah, I think you could get boomer about it and hang up on some negativities, but I think there are way more positives to the modern state of music than the
accessibility of music is way better than it has ever been.
Still tons of authentic artists. You just have to find them. You know, like, it's not like just because it's modern, everything's digital and fake. There's so many good artists, and I could never have found a guy in the Czech Republic before that was a great rapper or something. You know, like that's such a cool thing to like. Who's this underground Ugandan rapper? Like that's so cool that you can just do that. I don't know. I think we're in a good spot personally for music.
Yeah. What do you think about like the genres? Like what do you think about like mainstream music as far as the like pop styles go? Well, I mean, let me preface it. Like, say, I've noticed lately in the past few years that it seems like every new big artist that comes out at some point does a song that's like super like devil worshipy. And like they're doing like they're dressed up like the devil. There's satanic stuff going on.
I think
it's like, what's up with that? Like, why is?
I think that's just intentional because it gets.
You think it just gets clicks, and that's why they're doing it because it's edgy to be like.
I think
like Doja Cat, Sam Smith.
I feel like
there's so many.
Like artists have always kind of done that thing. Like even like the Illuminati stuff. Like I feel like a lot of those artists, you know, they'll fucking hit a left eye in a photo, and it's like if you were really in a secret organization, you wouldn't be like.
Maybe because
to me it just seems like people are going to talk about this.
I heard one thing about that is that you have to publicly like announce it or something that you are. So that's how they do it. They do something like that.
And they kill
I don't know
kids,
anything about the Illuminati. I don't know anything about this shit.
I
don't know anything about this shit. This is just things that I hear online, which are always true, by the way.
But my main point is that the satanic panic thing sells really well. Like it's like the Lil Nas X thing. Like he was the funny country rapper. Like LOL, and then he was gay, and people were like. Whoa, let's talk
but then he puts a song out where like he's having sex with the devil,
right? Which is a good, but also that's a great. That doesn't need to be that deep though, because that's just a cathartic way for a gay guy that was raised Christian to like shit on the religion.
Yeah, I see that. I can get that. I can get that.
But then seeing like, oh, people are mad about this. I could lean into this
and get more clicks.
Way more clicks. Yeah. And the Doja Cat thing, like she's notoriously a troll. Like there's no way that this isn't. I don't think she's like.
Well, she used to be. I don't know if she still is.
I think her shitting on her fans is still like a part of like a long con or something.
You think so?
I think I think whatever she's doing is all intentional personally, but
and then Sam Smith, where every time he performs he's wearing the devil.
I think Sam Smith is going through a crisis. I don't have an excuse for Sam Smith. I think his husband died and he has not been good since.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's I think his husband died and then he's been like hopping relationships since then, and yeah, I think he was just looking for like a new thing and it made him feel sexy or something.
Well, it's like you look at
talking about him.
You look at like pop mainstream songs back from the 60s, 70s, even the 80s. You have things like, you know, bands like Def Leppard, right, where it's like songs about love and sex and stuff like that. And then you have like Under Pressure or Queen. You know, they were huge. Bohemian Rhapsody or We Will Rock You. It's all very kind of this level of like. Just not going any real direction of edgy. It's just like, this is a thing and it's great and we love it and it's fun and we're happy and we're having a good time. And then nowadays, I feel like just there's so much in the pop world that's just like, look at my ass, look at my titties, look and worship Satan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I feel like we're going in this really extreme.
I think it just transitioned. Like, I think there, like, you could probably point to things in those older generations that were edgy for the time, you know, like Elvis writing a song about holding hands was like, you know, controversial.
Yeah, right,
it's like,
right.
Whoa, that's like
or shaking his hips
stuff. Yeah, that's like really aggressive. You know, so I think the bar is just raising. So like for people to, you And, you know, social media is a hell of a drug, and it's always been a thing that even if you get bad publicity, you will get it, even if it's not going to benefit you. People want that. And so, yeah, so I think there's always going to be a new bar raised of like, what offensive thing or like offensive to the culture can we do to get people talking about us and like looking at us? And because I mean, yeah, it just.
So you think it's more of in a way of like people are doing this for attention and to pay the bills?
Yeah, I think
that's a lot of it.
Yeah, just like keeping your name relevant and stuff, and
making the record labels millions and millions of dollars.
Or maybe even it's like an ego thing where you hit a certain point where you're like, oh, I'm just going to do this thing to basically show that I can, you know, I'm gonna like the Doja Cat thing. I could see that being like a long con social experiment of like, does the support people have for an artist outweigh them as a person or something, you know, like to really become.
That'd be a weird thing to do on your own career, though.
But she's also like a nepo baby and doesn't probably need to be a famous person, you know.
I have no idea
she's had 3
about her.
like platinum albums. Like she's had so many successful things. Like she probably is good. You know,
I'm sure she's good.
This could be fun for her potentially, you know. And then like the Lil Nas X thing, I think it was him just stabbing back at that culture and then leaning into it once he realized there was something. And then again, yeah, I don't have a defense for Sam Smith. I think that's kind of just. Yeah, I think he's just lost.
Well, losing a loved one is tough.
But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of artists that aren't like overly satanic or anything. I think it just is. And those artists that are doing the satanic things usually have like a past of doing like edgy or weird things to be like, will people look at me? You know?
Yeah.
So.
Or like Travis Scott with the whole Astro World thing. That was a big thing that blew up, where there was a lot of things he was saying or imagery that was talking about death and like sacrificing. I don't remember exactly what it was. And then people did die at the show. Then this whole thing came out of like, oh, you know, Satan, Travis Scott, and it just seems like the mainstream pop world is just like, and it's funny because we're in metal where people literally always talk about Satan,
right?
And it feels way less evil than the pop world, the mainstream world, where it's just like there's just a bombardment of Satan and sex and everything that's like, yes, it's like enticing because these things are fun and these things are edgy and these things will get clicks, but it's also like this is a weird I just feel like it's such a weird direction to go musically, and maybe it does have a lot to do with that, the fact that people are profiting really well off of this kind of stuff, and they're making millions and millions and millions of dollars, billions maybe, who knows,
right?
But I don't know, at some point you just kind of notice these trends of like, okay, well, you know, let's look at mainstream songs back from like 70s, 80s, and even the 90s, and now look now, and it's just like everything is sex, everything is Satan, everything is just like go as far as you possibly can. It's also
like I guess popular for the time though too, you know. You kind of write about what's in the zeitgeist of your culture and your time frame. So I like, you know, what people were writing about 30 years ago, it seems maybe like what are you even talking about? Like war and stuff, like, you know, that hasn't really been like a big issue for like the North American people. And so like when there's no problems, you start to make new things. And I feel like the over sexualization is, I think it's a repercussion of, you know, we're just in a modern age where people are like, oh wait, I don't have to be like a housewife, and it's transitioned into, you know, we have like all this pansexual stuff and everything. The whole world is just very, I think, discovering how far we can get with like the sex stuff, and then in 5 years it'll be like that's not even that weird, you know?
Yeah.
I think it'll be like people will be onto a new crazy thing,
right?
Just because I think it's just a reflection of what the culture is going through. Usually, like music kind of reflects that. Usually,
I guess like the thing is like if it's for the sake of pushing it as far as you can, be as edgy as you can, be as crazy and wild and wacky and weird and zany as you possibly can, you can only go so far to where, say, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, what's edgy anymore? What's exciting anymore? What's insane anymore? What do we have to go to be edgy? You know what I mean?
I think sex will always sell because there always will be new people discovering their sexuality and like their horniness and shit, you know?
Right.
So I think like we can get it, we can totally hit an apex, but like it used to not be that weird for people to marry 13-year-olds, you know? Like that's crazy. Right. That seems further than anything we've done.
Well, sure.
But it's also like, it's one of the, maybe in, you know, 10 years people can date infants, you know, like maybe like
Let's hope not.
I'm not advocating for that. That's horrible, but I'm just saying like things could change so much to the point that like what we think is crazy now, I won't seem that crazy in 5 years.
Yeah.
You know? And not that it is, like necrophilia's in now.
Right.
I think there will always be taboo things to like upset the general public with enough to stay in the headlines, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
Drama sells.
I agree. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast with Nik Nocturnal and joining us for this after show. Again, if you want to be a part of the after show, click the link in the description below to go to our Patreon. And if you join us there and you help fund our endeavors,
We'll blow up your house.
with,
Or what was it?
there's a there's a lot of specific perks. That's not one of them.
Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, link in the description below. We also have merch, so yeah, definitely go check out the merch. Really appreciate
y'all's
it.
support.
And yeah, no, we're having so much fun doing this, and we just want to keep making videos for you guys. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next podcast. If there's someone you want to see us talk to, interview, whatever, leave us a comment and let us know.